Hey, all synth and bass lovers. Today we're going to do filthy bass growls like this. It's juicy. That will shake the club. There's something about the sound. Get your diapers out. Like a bass stab. This is like old Dillinger. There is something about filthy bass, right? So I admit, a lot of times I like to make my sounds and basses in a simple way, but every now and then I like to do something in a little unorthodox way. So today we're going to use this Oscillot modular synth, which is by Max for Cats, and it's an Ableton Max for Live pack. And it has a pretty juicy filter, and let's just get crafting this sound. So I'll just open up a new instance of Oscillot on our track. And we're going to open up the editor. And here we got nothing, but let's start building. So I'll kind of run through what you need. And I don't want to waste too much time explaining what everything is, but let's just go here. So audio out, that's the very last thing I'll need. And MIDI to CV gate will be triggering the synth, basically reading MIDI. I'm using my keyboard and I could use push for that. Well, every synth needs an oscillator. So let's go for just that. Oscillator menu is here. Let's go for oscillator A. Let's move it here. And also we're going to need a modulator, which is the envelope. So this will be controlling the level. So let's place it there. Also VCA, so we get like an amp. Let's put that there. And I will also need a filter, which is a big thing in creating this sound, this growly sound. So let's do this. Let's move this a little bit. Now I just gotta do the cable work. So pitch goes here, CV1, gate. So this triggers, like if I use my push or my keyboard, it'll be triggered. So gate goes to gate. And output from this oscillator module goes to signal. And signal from this envelope goes to gain CV. And here the signal goes to this filter. And from filter, we go to audio out. So we get a pretty harsh sound at first, but let's do something to this. I could obviously play this at different pitches already. It sounds a little harsh and I don't like that. You can change the oscillator type here. I could even make this a little bigger, clicking the plus. So oscillator type is here. You even have the separate outputs for different oscillator types in this oscillator module, which is actually kind of handy. So you got sine, saw, triangle, square, dual saw. But if you select the type of square wave, or sorry, the shape of the oscillator, which will be square now, it'll output the chosen one, the chosen oscillator type here. I like a square wave because it has lots of harmonics and it's nice to carve those out. So let's use the filter to make this sound a little softer. Ooh, that already sounds pretty badass, right? Also, the envelope generator will be controlling the level. So this is your usual ADSR. So for example, if I didn't want any release time, I would make it short like this. I told you it's juicy with this filter. So now I just wanna, I'll tweak the cutoff really low. Dude, there is something about filthy bass, right? Like I said, we're going to do this in a slightly unorthodox way. And what do I mean by that? Is like I'll get the filter cut off really low, as you can see. And there is a lot of action happening here. This resonance control is a big part in that. So if you see here, if I turn the resonance down and I do this movement at the very low frequencies, it's not really doing much, but the resonance thing is what really creates the tone. So you want to introduce some movement to this. You could even, like, what I've done is I've even resampled this. I've created an audio track and done this and then used some of the parts. But let me see, let me try and get the settings so that I like this a lot. That is sweet. So you could even map this to push. For example, if you look at the oscillator, the Oscillot device at the bottom, if I go to map here, I click on this. If I then click on cutoff, it's now mapped to knob 4, which is, there's something about the sound, I'm just saying. It's pretty high, so there's a big bite in that sound. If you want to undo the mapping, you click on map and you see this green icon here. It says 4, it's knob 4 and push. I'll click it so I can just focus on my keyboard. So, tip. You could even use, for example, an LFO, and you could also have this envelope generator control the filter. So if I want to add an LFO, I could do just that. Let's go to modulator LFO A, and this will allow you to create some wobbliness. So you would take the signal, and let me go to CV2. That sounds like an old tractor that doesn't even want to fire itself up anymore. It's definitely too fast. That will shake the club. I'm just saying. Get your diapers out. So you could resample that, and obviously you could do some additional tweakery if you like it really fast. But also there is a lot of stuff in this menu, so definitely worth taking a look. Also, one more example, if I wanted to do like one clean sweep, I would probably use an envelope. So let's use just that. I won't be using the LFO. So modulator, let me get another ADSR. I could probably even use an AD, but just so I can fine tune this. It has to be triggered. So gate goes to gate once again. No, sorry, trigger. And then the signal goes to CV2. So the CV2, this is the amount or the effect of the envelope on this filter, because you see the signal comes from this envelope module, goes to CV2. So CV2 control is here. So this is the intensity of the envelope. So I would probably tweak this and make the filter fully closed, and then I would raise the intensity of the envelope, and then let me see, I need more of this. Ooh. You can make it really short if you want to, like a bass stab. Do note that the pitch of the sound actually does play a role here, because if you play See? When I play some really high notes, it doesn't really trigger the right frequency for the sound to be nice and audible because the pitch ends up going too high and it gets filtered out. So this is like old Dillinger, to be honest. Like I said, I like to do unorthodox things. I don't know why, but in electronic music, it's really nice to sort of do your own thing, and it makes you feel pretty badass. I hope you like it.